Hi, and welcome to a very special episode of Colu Cooks, where I'll be utilizing a number of my favorite ingredients to put together a perfect picnic. We're going to be making some smashed eggs with Dijon and creme fraiche and some cornichons and some scallions. We're also going to be making a pearled couscous salad with artichokes and fresh herbs, quick pickled shallots, and a whole grain mustard vinaigrette. And no picnic would be complete without a meat and cheese board. So we're going to go through that as well. To start, we're going to make some crushed eggs with creme fraiche, Dijon, cornichons, and some scallions. So I boiled my eggs for 8 minutes, and I'm going to start putting together the crushed eggs. Let's peel them first. Hot tip, older eggs peel faster, peel more readily. This is an ugly egg. Got these at the farm store. God, they're really stuck on here. This one is being particularly annoying. I'm gonna go get some creme fraiche and scallions so we can begin to assemble our crushed eggs. The first thing we're gonna do for our crushed eggs is go ahead and crush the eggs. And when I say crushed eggs, it's really just a rustic version of an egg salad. I like using the larger chunks to pile on a cracker. Everyone can kind of dip in and make their own perfect bite. Because today is so French themed, I have chosen to use creme fraiche as opposed to mayonnaise because it has a thick and sort of creamy tang and feels a little bit special, and I thought it would be a perfect fit. I love using Dijon mustard in this recipe. Not only does it add great acidic punch and brightness, but the flavor's also super balanced. And a fun history lesson for you, Antoine Maille started my mustard probably about 270 years ago. It's one of France's oldest brands, and he was the vinegar and mustard purveyor for Louis XV, which I find very interesting. And yes, Dijon mustard comes from Dijon, which is the capital of the Burgundy region in France, but it also applies to their production, which means that it uses white wine or vinegar, which makes it extra special and elegant and works just well with everything, where a yellow mustard just comes across as a bit flatter and less dynamic in flavor. I also thought this recipe would be nice with a little brininess, and these cornichons are my absolute favorite snack. I'm not kidding around. I always have them in the fridge. They're delicious. They're punchy, they're bright, they're adorable, and I'm gonna chop some up and add them to our crushed eggs. Okay, we have eggs, we have creme fraiche, we have my Dijon. I'm gonna add some scallions. I'm gonna add in my cornichons, a little bit of lemon, some salt, and some peps. And now I'm going to gently crush the eggs a little bit more, just so they're easier to scoop using a fork. And I love to serve this on crackers as opposed to making a sandwich out of it, especially if you're gonna take it on the road. It'll get soggy like on bread, and you don't want that with an egg salad sandwich because that's creamy already. So I love to just kind of pack this and bring an assortment of crackers and let people take spoons and make themselves little cracker smashed crushed egg toasts or crackers. You know what I mean. And that, my friends, is crushed eggs with Dijon, creme fraiche, and some scallions. And cornichons. Cannot forget these guys. So I have an extra egg here that I thought I would add, just for a little contrast. Our next picnic party item is a pearled couscous salad, and it has artichokes and celery and lots of fresh herbs. And I make a whole grain mustard vinaigrette with the old style mustard. The first thing I'm gonna do is make the vinaigrette. I'm gonna start by thinly slicing a small shallot. And I'm gonna cover it in a tiny bit of vinegar while I prepare the other ingredients for my dressing, because it'll help take a little bit of the sharpness off of the wonderful but sometimes overpowering shallot flavor. I love shallots. This just sort of like gives it like almost like a quick pickle, and it's worth doing. Okay. No matter what I do, my eyes just can't take it. It's constant. Okay, just a tiny bit of vinegar. I do love a picnic. I don't love the bugs or the ants, but I do love an alfresco situation. It's warm, there's a breeze. Hopefully it's not too breezy where things are flying up at you and you just sit in the sun. Anyway, back to the salad. I'm using the whole grain mustard for this salad, and there's two reasons. The first is that this uses whole grain mustard seeds, much like I said before. But the other reason is the pearled couscous has a very similar texture. They're both these tiny little balls of texture. And I thought it'd be fun to sort of marry them together, have a little crunch in your mouth. I'm going to grate a garlic clove. Little lemon. It's like tight quarters over here. So I have about a tablespoon of the old style mustard, about a tablespoon of lemon juice, and then 1 garlic clove that I've grated. Shallots are hanging out over here doing a little maceration station. And I'm gonna add in a splash of vinegar. Probably another tablespoon or so. And some olive oil. Adding it in slowly. I'm gonna add in some of these shallots right to the vinaigrette. Elegant. I keep them elegant. I like slicing them really thinly just because they're sort of like whimsical. Who doesn't like a whimsical salad dressing? All right, salt, some more pepper. And it's very, very good, not gonna lie. So I'm gonna set this aside as we assemble the rest of our salad. I gotta clear this station situation because I don't have any room. People think, you know, you live upstate, you have big, crazy kitchens. It's a nice sized kitchen, but it is not huge. Everything's great. Okay, onto our salad. I found pink celery at the farm stand, and I couldn't not buy pink celery because if there's a pink vegetable that's not normally pink, I'm gonna purchase it. Clearly, you can use regular celery for this recipe. If you have the option and you see it in the store, just pick it up. And we're also gonna use some of the leaves. Thinly slice these stalks on the bias, probably about 1/4 of an inch thick. And I'm gonna reserve some of the celery leaves to put in the salad. I am crazy for celery leaves. Like, I cannot get enough. They have awesome flavor, and these particular stalks of celery have like insanely beautiful leaves. So just note to self, keep your celery leaves. You can use really any tender herb for this salad. I'm using basil because it's in season and it's beautiful right now. And the celery leaves, of course. But if you had mint, that would be a really nice addition. Tarragon would be super lovely. Anything soft will work. Just kind of use what you got. Basil just smells so good. It just like summer. I keep buying it. With basil, I choose to tear the leaves rather than cut them, just because I sort of like the rusticity of how they turn out. And then like with the little guys, you don't even need to do anything with them at all. I leave them whole. We are now ready to assemble our pearled couscous salad with artichokes, celery, and whole grain mustard vinaigrette with lots of herbs. I have artichokes over here. I did not buy them fresh. I have no problem using canned artichokes. They're easy, it's a lot of work, and I am all about not having to do that kind of work all the time. So I'm adding in the celery, which is so pretty, and some of the herbs are very tasty. Vinaigrette. Toss this all together. Salt. The nice thing about this kind of salad is that you can make it ahead of time and put it in the fridge, or, you know, let it sit at room temperature, and it won't, you know, it won't go bad. It actually tastes better the longer it sits. So it's kind of perfect for transporting to a park or a beach or anywhere you want to lay a blanket down and have a picnic. And that is pretty much it. I like to add a little more herbage on top just because it's pretty, and I love me some herbs. And this is ready for a picnic. How pretty is this? No picnic is complete without a charcuterie and a cheese board, and it's one of my personal favorites. I like to pick a couple different kinds of cheeses from around the world, like a creamy, spreadable cheese from somewhere fabulous in France, or a softer sheep's milk from somewhere in Italy, and then also something that could be nutty and a bit more crumbly from Austria or Germany, or really anywhere. And pairing them with the cornichons and also the old style as well as the Dijon. And same with the meats. It's fun to have a bunch of different textures and flavors. I love having a rustic pate. I love having thinly wispy pieces of ham, which I can kind of just dip into the Dijon, and also some just regular old beautiful salami. I love the pairing, pretty much, they're pretty much really interchangeable. I think that it's fun to experiment and play around, and really, most importantly, have fun. Go outside, eat with your friends, and utilize these amazing ingredients from Maille. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that I was able to provide you with some fun ideas and inspiration for packing picnics this summer. As always, nothing should be taken too seriously. Use what you have on hand. Everything can be interchangeable. It's just really about going outside, seeing your friends, having fun, sharing a meal, and best of all, using some of these awesome products. So thank you so much for watching Colu Cooks with Maille.